Let me ask you something. How many times have you looked at someone else's success and wondered, why not me? How many times have you watched other people win while you felt like you were standing still? Here's the truth nobody likes to say out loud. Most people aren't failing because they lack talent. They're failing because they're too busy watching everyone else. They scroll through other people's victories. They compare their lives to someone else's highlight reel. They wait for approval. They wait for opportunity. They wait for permission. But empires are not built by people who wait. They're built by people who focus on themselves, sharpen their skills, and work in silence until the world can't ignore them. Today, I want to talk about one powerful idea: focus on you and build your own empire. One of the most destructive habits people develop is constantly comparing their lives to the lives of others. In today's world, it has become easier than ever to look at someone else's success and feel like you're falling behind. Every day you see people celebrating promotions, showing off achievements, traveling the world, or announcing big victories. From the outside, it can feel like everyone else is moving ahead while you are somehow stuck in the same place. But what many people fail to understand is that comparison creates a false picture of reality. You are not seeing the full journey of another person's life. You are only seeing the highlight moments they choose to show. When you measure your progress against those limited glimpses, you begin to undervalue your own efforts and overlook how far you have already come. The danger of comparison is that it slowly shifts your focus away from your own growth. Instead of concentrating on your own goals, your own improvement, and your own progress, your mind becomes occupied with what everyone else is doing. Your energy, which should be invested in building your future, becomes wasted on observing the lives of others. This mental distraction is powerful enough to stop people from taking action. When you constantly compare yourself to someone who appears more successful, it can create doubt. You begin to question your abilities, your direction, and even your potential. Over time, this doubt turns into hesitation, and hesitation turns into inaction. The truth is that comparison does not inspire most people to improve. It often convinces them that they are already too far behind to catch up. Another reality people rarely acknowledge is that every individual is walking a completely different path. No two journeys are identical because everyone starts from a different place, faces different obstacles, and moves at a different pace. Some people discover their purpose early, while others take years to figure out their direction. Some people are given opportunities that others must fight to create. When you compare your life to someone else's timeline, you ignore these differences. You assume that success should happen for you at the same speed it happened for someone else. But life does not operate according to a universal schedule. Your progress is not supposed to mirror anyone else's progress. The moment you accept that your journey is unique, you free yourself from the pressure of trying to match someone else's pace. Comparison also blinds you to the quiet progress you are making every day. When you are too busy looking at other people's achievements, you often fail to notice your own improvement. You overlook the skills you are developing, the lessons you are learning, and the resilience you are building through your struggles. Growth is rarely loud or dramatic. Most of the time it happens slowly, in small steps that are easy to underestimate. But those small improvements accumulate over time and eventually lead to powerful results. When you stop comparing and start paying attention to your own progress, you begin to recognize the value of consistency. You start appreciating the effort you put in daily, even when the results are not immediately visible. Focusing on your own journey also gives you something that comparison can never offer: clarity. When your attention is fixed on others, your goals become influenced by outside expectations. You start chasing things not because they truly matter to you, but because they appear impressive in the eyes of others. This leads many people to pursue careers, lifestyles, or ambitions that do not align with their true passions. But when you remove comparison from your mindset, you create space to define success on your own terms. You begin to ask yourself deeper questions. What kind of life do you truly want to build? What kind of person do you want to become? What work gives your life meaning? These answers become clearer when your mind is no longer clouded by the constant need to measure yourself against someone else. Ultimately, the most successful people understand a powerful truth. The only real competition is the person you were yesterday. Instead of comparing themselves to others, they focus on continuous self-improvement. They measure progress by how much they are growing, how much they are learning, and how much stronger they are becoming through their challenges. This mindset transforms the way you approach life. Instead of feeling discouraged by someone else's success, you become motivated to build your own path. Instead of feeling threatened by others' achievements, you see them as proof that success is possible. And when you fully commit to your own development, something remarkable happens. You stop wasting time looking at what everyone else is building, and you begin dedicating your energy to building something meaningful for yourself. The most valuable asset you will ever own is not your bank account, your house, or even your network. It is yourself. Every moment you spend learning, growing, and improving your abilities is an investment that compounds over time. Yet, most people treat themselves like an afterthought. They spend hours scrolling through social media, seeking entertainment, or worrying about things outside their control, all while neglecting the one thing that can truly change their lives: personal development. The difference between someone who achieves extraordinary results and someone who does not is often found in the dedication to investing in themselves, even when it's inconvenient, uncomfortable, or unseen by others. Investing in yourself is not a luxury. It is a necessity for building an empire that lasts. Investing in yourself begins with knowledge. Reading books, taking courses, learning new skills, and exposing yourself to new ideas are the building blocks of growth. Knowledge alone will not guarantee success, but it is impossible to reach your full potential without it. When you consistently learn and apply new information, you increase your value in every area of life. You become more adaptable, more resourceful, and more capable of handling challenges that others might shy away from. Every successful entrepreneur, creator, and leader you admire has prioritized their own growth above everything else. They understand that the most profitable investment is one that cannot be taken away from them: knowledge and skill. Beyond knowledge, investing in yourself also means building your physical and mental resilience. Your body and mind are your most important tools, yet they are often ignored. Regular exercise, proper nutrition, and sufficient rest are not optional if you want to perform at your highest level. Similarly, cultivating mental toughness, emotional intelligence, and focus are equally critical. Many people underestimate the power of mental discipline, believing success comes from talent alone. But empires are not built on talent. They are built on stamina, endurance, and the ability to persist when others quit. Every moment you invest in strengthening your mind and body pays dividends in the form of energy, clarity, and unshakable confidence. Another way to invest in yourself is by surrounding yourself with people who challenge and inspire you. Your environment has a profound impact on your growth. If you spend time around individuals who complain, doubt, or limit themselves, it will be difficult for you to maintain the mindset required to succeed. Conversely, connecting with mentors, peers, and thought leaders who push you to think bigger and act bolder accelerates your development. Learning from their experiences, observing their habits, and adopting their mindset can dramatically shorten the path to your own success. Investing in yourself is as much about the company you keep as the knowledge you gain. Investing in yourself also requires a long-term perspective. Many people seek quick results and are frustrated when immediate success doesn't come. Building an empire demands patience and persistence. Every hour spent learning, every skill practiced, every habit formed is laying the foundation for something much bigger than today. You are planting seeds for future growth, and while the results may not be visible now, they compound silently. The small actions you take daily, the investments in your growth, create a trajectory that leads to extraordinary outcomes. The patience to invest consistently over years, rather than seeking instant gratification, separates those who succeed from those who stagnate. Finally, investing in yourself is an act of self-respect. When you dedicate time, effort, and resources to improving yourself, you signal to the world and to yourself that you are worthy of growth, success, and abundance. You stop relying on luck, external validation, or the opinions of others to define your value. Instead, you become self-reliant, confident, and empowered to create your own opportunities. Every great empire starts with someone who refused to wait for permission and chose to develop themselves relentlessly. Investing in yourself is not optional. It is the foundation upon which empires are built, and it is the single most powerful way to ensure your life reflects your true potential. Motivation is fleeting. It's the spark that ignites action for a brief moment, but it rarely lasts long enough to carry you through the hard work required to build an empire. One day you wake up feeling inspired, ready to conquer your goals, and the next day life happens. Distractions appear, obstacles arise, and that initial energy disappears. Relying solely on motivation is like trying to drive a car using only the fuel in the tank for a few miles. It will get you moving, but it won't take you far. The difference between those who dream and those who achieve is discipline, the ability to keep moving forward, even when the initial excitement fades. Discipline is the engine that keeps the car running long after the spark of motivation has burned out. Discipline is about showing up even when you don't feel like it. It's easy to take action when you're inspired, but the real challenge comes when fatigue, doubt, or discomfort sets in. The builders of empires understand that progress is not made in bursts of enthusiasm. It is made in consistent, deliberate action. They create habits that push them to work when the world is quiet, to study when everyone else is resting, and to focus when distractions surround them. Every task completed through discipline strengthens their ability to persist, creating a momentum that motivation alone could never produce. Discipline transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary results because it is unwavering, reliable, and resistant to the ups and downs of emotion. One of the most powerful aspects of discipline is its ability to build character. Each time you push through resistance, each time you do the work, despite feeling tired or discouraged, you are training yourself to become resilient. You develop the mental toughness required to handle the inevitable setbacks of life. Motivation will never teach you resilience. It will abandon you at the first sign of difficulty. Discipline, on the other hand, thrives on challenge. It shapes your mind to endure, adapt, and keep striving even when the outcome is uncertain. The most successful people are not those who feel inspired every day. They are the ones who refuse to quit, no matter how hard the journey becomes. Discipline also removes the dependency on external factors for success. If you wait for the perfect environment, The ideal opportunity or someone else to push you forward, your growth will be inconsistent at best. Discipline allows you to take control of your own trajectory. It means acting today, making progress today, and creating results today, regardless of circumstances. Life will never be perfectly convenient, and waiting for motivation to strike often leads to inaction. But disciplined individuals create their own momentum and build their empire one intentional step at a time. They understand that results are earned through consistent action, not by waiting for inspiration to arrive. Moreover, discipline compounds over time. Every day that you commit to doing what must be done, even when you don't want to, strengthens your habits and amplifies your effectiveness. The small choices you make repeatedly, waking up early, dedicating time to learn, maintaining focus on your goals, accumulate like interest on a financial investment. Over months and years, this compounding effect produces massive results that can seem almost magical to outsiders. What looks like natural talent or overnight success is almost always the product of relentless discipline applied consistently over time. Finally, discipline is freedom. It may seem counterintuitive, but by controlling your actions, you gain control over your life. Motivation comes and goes, leaving you dependent on fleeting feelings and circumstances. Discipline, however, allows you to move forward regardless of external conditions. It gives you the power to create results on your own terms, to overcome obstacles, and to build the life you envision. Every empire in history has been built by individuals who mastered this principle. They didn't wait for motivation. They created it through disciplined, focused, and relentless action. In the end, discipline is the bridge between where you are today and the extraordinary success you desire tomorrow. When you decide to build something meaningful in life, you will inevitably face noise, the distractions, doubts, and opinions that try to pull you off course. The moment you step into ambition, people will talk. Some will doubt your abilities, some will criticize your choices, and others will outright laugh at your dreams. This is not a reflection of your potential or your vision. It's a reflection of their fear, insecurity, or limited imagination. Noise is everywhere on social media, in casual conversations, and even in your own mind. If you allow it to dictate your actions, it can slowly erode your focus, weaken your confidence, and derail your progress before you even get started. Protecting your vision is not optional. It is essential for building an empire. The first step in protecting your vision is learning to filter out unnecessary opinions. Not every voice deserves your attention, and not every perspective has value. Too often, people try to please everyone or seek approval before taking action. This habit is destructive because it shifts your focus from your goals to the expectations of others. Listening to advice is important, but indiscriminately absorbing criticism can cloud your judgment. Builders of empires know the difference. They welcome constructive feedback that helps them grow, but they ignore noise that does not serve their purpose. By doing this, they maintain clarity and focus, ensuring their energy is directed toward action rather than doubt. Protecting your vision also requires mental discipline. Your mind is the battlefield where success is won or lost. Doubts, fears, and distractions can infiltrate your thoughts and weaken your commitment to your goals. Many people sabotage themselves not through external obstacles, but through internal noise, the negative self-talk, comparison, and what-if scenarios that paralyze action. Those who protect their vision cultivate a mindset of resilience, conviction, and unwavering belief in their own path. They train themselves to acknowledge fear without letting it dictate their decisions, to face uncertainty without losing momentum, and to prioritize long-term results over short-term comfort. Another crucial aspect of protecting your vision is setting boundaries. Your time and energy are limited, and allowing every person or distraction into your life dilutes your focus. This could mean saying no to activities, relationships, or commitments that do not align with your goals. It might mean limiting exposure to social media or avoiding people who drain your energy with negativity. By consciously creating an environment that supports your purpose, you amplify your ability to execute on your vision. Boundaries are not selfish. They are the framework that allows your ambition to thrive without interference from external chaos. Consistency in protecting your vision builds confidence and momentum. Each time you ignore distractions and stay focused on your path, you reinforce the belief that your goals are worth pursuing. Momentum is critical in building an empire. Small, consistent actions accumulate into significant progress over time. Noise can only derail you if you give it power, but when you intentionally shield your attention and energy, distractions lose their influence. You start to operate in a state of flow, where your actions are guided by purpose rather than fear or opinion. This clarity is one of the most powerful advantages a builder can have. Finally, protecting your vision strengthens your identity as a creator of your own life. When you prioritize your goals over outside noise, you send a signal to yourself and the world: your vision matters, and you will not compromise it. People who build empires do not wait for validation. They create it by standing firm in their beliefs, following their plans, and refusing to be swayed by every voice that questions their path. The stronger you guard your vision, the clearer it becomes, and the more unstoppable your journey grows. Protecting your focus is not just about avoiding distractions. It is about defending the very life you are determined to build. One of the most overlooked secrets of success is the power of working quietly. Too often, people feel the need to announce their plans, share their goals, or broadcast their ambitions before anything has been achieved. They think that by talking about their dreams, they are making progress. The truth is the opposite. Talking creates the illusion of action without delivering results. True builders understand that results are the only proof that matters. They work in silence, letting their actions and outcomes speak louder than words ever could. This approach not only builds credibility, it cultivates an unshakable sense of focus and purpose. Working in silence begins with eliminating the urge for validation. Many people measure their progress by the approval of others, but this habit is dangerous because it places control of your life in someone else's hands. The moment you depend on applause or recognition, your actions are influenced by external judgment rather than internal drive. Builders of empires shift their focus inward. They care less about who is watching and more about the work itself. Every hour spent developing skills, every challenge tackled, and every obstacle overcome adds to their momentum, whether anyone notices it or not. The quiet dedication to your craft creates a power that is impossible to fake. Silence also protects your energy and sharpens your focus. Talking too much about your goals exposes you to opinions, doubt, and negativity that can derail your progress. Every time you share your plans prematurely, you risk criticism that chips away at confidence or advice that distracts from your strategy. By working quietly, you create a space where you can fully immerse yourself in growth without interruption. The energy that might have been wasted defending your ideas or convincing others is redirected toward actual execution. This focused effort compounds over time, creating results that are undeniable and sustainable. Another advantage of working in silence is that it builds intrigue and respect. People are naturally drawn to those who deliver outcomes rather than promises. When your results emerge unexpectedly, they speak volumes about your capabilities and dedication. No one can ignore tangible achievement. While others may boast or speculate about what they are going to do, the silent achiever lets success make the statement for them. This approach not only establishes credibility, but also demonstrates mastery, self-discipline, and humility, all traits that attract opportunities and open doors that words alone cannot. Working in silence does not mean isolation. It means choosing when and where to share your progress and focusing on the work that truly matters. Many empire builders network strategically, seek mentorship, and collaborate with the right people, but they do not seek constant attention or validation. They understand that public approval is temporary and often misleading, while consistent effort and results are permanent. By prioritizing action over announcement, they build a foundation of achievement that is hard to dispute or ignore. The quiet dedication allows for refinement, learning from mistakes, and continuous improvement without the pressure of performance for an audience. Finally, working in silence cultivates a mindset of intrinsic motivation. When you measure success by results rather than recognition, your drive comes from within. You become self-reliant, focused, and committed to your personal growth and vision. This internal compass keeps you moving forward when external factors are discouraging or when others doubt your path. Over time, your silent, disciplined effort compounds into a powerful momentum that no distraction or naysayer can stop. By letting your results speak for themselves, you not only build respect, but also create a lasting empire built on action, integrity, and undeniable achievement. Most people imagine empires as sudden, massive accomplishments, a fortune overnight, instant fame, or a dramatic breakthrough that changes everything. But the reality is far different. Every great empire, every monumental achievement begins not with a single grand gesture, but with small, consistent daily actions. These are the tiny steps you take when nobody is watching, the quiet efforts that compound over time into extraordinary results. It's easy to underestimate the power of small actions because they seem insignificant in the moment, but their cumulative effect is unstoppable. The people who build empires understand that progress is rarely dramatic. It is incremental and deliberate. Small daily actions start with decisions. Every choice you make shapes your future, whether you realize it or not. Do you spend an hour learning a new skill today, or do you scroll through social media? Do you tackle the most important task first, or do you procrastinate? These seemingly minor choices are the bricks of your future empire. They don't create instant results, but they shape habits, build discipline, and establish momentum. Over weeks, months, and years, these choices compound, creating outcomes that far exceed what most people imagine. Every empire is the sum of countless small decisions made consistently over time. Consistency is the engine that drives small actions into results. Doing something once will not create an empire. Doing it repeatedly, even when it feels mundane or unrewarding, is what generates power. Many people give up because they expect visible results immediately. But the reality is that the process of building an empire is slow, and progress often happens behind the scenes before it becomes visible. By committing to small, daily actions regardless of immediate outcomes, you cultivate patience, resilience, and a sense of control over your life. This consistency, not luck, is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Small actions also develop momentum. Each day you take a step forward, you build a rhythm that propels you toward your goals. Momentum is cumulative, and it makes future actions easier and more effective. Like pushing a heavy boulder, the first push is the hardest, but once it begins rolling, it gains speed and energy. Daily actions create that same effect in your personal and professional life. Even when progress feels slow, the invisible force of momentum is quietly moving you forward, preparing you for the breakthroughs that will eventually appear. Every empire grows from this steady, disciplined forward motion. Another benefit of starting small is that it reduces fear and overwhelm. When people imagine building an empire, they often feel intimidated by the scale of what lies ahead. Massive goals can paralyze action because they seem impossible. But breaking your vision into small, manageable daily actions makes progress tangible and achievable. It allows you to focus on what you can control today rather than worrying about the distant future. Each completed task, no matter how small, builds confidence and reinforces the belief that your empire is within reach. Small wins create motivation, momentum, and clarity for the bigger picture. Finally, small daily actions teach accountability and discipline, the foundational traits of empire builders. They show up every day, no matter how they feel, and focus on the steps that matter. This unwavering commitment transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary results over time. The habits you form in the present become the infrastructure of your future success. What may feel like repetition today is the groundwork for a powerful, lasting empire tomorrow. When you embrace the power of small, consistent actions, you realize that empires are not built in a day. They are built one deliberate choice at a time, repeated day after day, until they stand unshakable. So here's the truth. Nobody is going to hand you your empire. Nobody is going to hand you success, discipline, focus, or opportunity. It doesn't come from luck. It doesn't come from waiting. It comes from you, from your choices, from your commitment, from your willingness to show up every single day, even when no one is watching. You have the power to shape your life, to build something that lasts, to leave a mark that can't be ignored. But it begins with one thing: focusing on yourself. Stop comparing. Stop seeking approval. Stop waiting for someone else to tell you it's your time. Turn your energy inward. Strengthen your mind. Sharpen your skills. Protect your vision. And take action one small step at a time, consistently, relentlessly, until your empire rises. When the world doubts you, let your results speak. When the path feels impossible, let your discipline carry you forward. When everyone else is chasing shortcuts, let your consistency build a foundation that no obstacle can shake. One day, people will look at what you've built and call it extraordinary. And they may call it luck, but you'll know the truth. It was focus. It was hard work. It was patience. It was faith in yourself. Your empire is waiting. It's not somewhere out there. It's inside you, growing every time you choose growth over comfort, action over hesitation, and belief over doubt. Focus on you. Build your empire. And never, ever stop until the world sees what you were always capable of.